The last piece and the most important one is the king. He is probably the weakest because he is just like the queen in that he can move in every single direction, but unlike the queen, it can only move in one space per turn. If you lose this piece, the king, the game is over, you have lost. One of the more interesting things the king can do is it can have a move called castling, where it involves the rook. Once these pieces, the bishop and the knight, are out of the way, and there's just space in between the king and the rook, and neither the king or the rook have moved yet, the king moves 2 spaces towards the rook, and the rook kind of leapfrogs over it. Now that counts as one legal move. It's called castling. This can also happen on the other side when all those pieces are gone and there's no space between the king and this rook, and neither of them have moved. The king will then move 2 spaces towards the rook, and the rook will leapfrog to the space next to it. This can't happen if, like I said, the king had moved before and then gone into that position, or if there was a piece covering the square that the king would have to pass over. That would be illegal. The most important part about chess is that you are trying to put your opponent's king in checkmate. That happens when your king is being attacked. So when this bishop is here on this square, that would mean it's in check. This king is in check because this bishop can possibly move on the diagonal and attack that king. To get out of check, that king can either move out of the way, block it with another piece, because then the bishop would have to take the knight first, or have another piece take the bishop.